Chairman. Board members and members of the public, it's an absolute honor to have Mr. Vennick and his organization with the Lightning here this morning. And we're here to recognize them on two different fronts, not only for a great 2010-11 season, but also to recognize what they have accomplished and continue to bring to the community off the ice. So at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Vennick, and he's joined also by CEO Todd Lewicki, COO Steve Griggs, CFO Martha Fuller, and GM Steve Zierman. And if there's anybody else from the organization here, would you all please come forward? Now, as you recall, the Lightning had quite a fantastic season, and I'm just going to take just a couple of moments to give a brief recap of their season, and then I really want to move into their community partnership. And I have to say that I met Mr. Vennick and Mr. Lewicki for the first time this past spring, and I don't believe that there's ever been a meeting that I've had with the members of our community or organization that I've left so impressed by the structure of the organization. Ms. Fuller was also at that meeting, and you all just left such an impression on me. And again, it was not just the organization that you have built and recognizing the franchise that you brought here, but also I was just so impressed to learn and continue to learn about what you have done throughout our community. Last season, the Lightning compiled a 46-26-11 record with 103 points, matching a franchise record for wins in a season. The record was good enough for second in the Southeast Division and fifth in the Eastern Conference, and they returned to the playoffs for the first time since the 2006-2007 season. During the 2011 Stanley Cup playoffs, the Lightning were all in. They faced the Pittsburgh Penguins during the conference quarterfinals. They fell behind Pittsburgh 3-1. However, they won the next 3 games, going on to win the series and to advance to the conference semifinals. During the semifinals, the Lightning faced the top-seeded Washington Capitals. The Bolts swept side-to-side the Caps. The Lightning faced the Boston Bruins in the Eastern Conference, just one step away from the Stanley Cup. Came down to the 7th and deciding game in the series that unfortunately left the Bolts just shy of the finals. However, we know as a community that despite the results of that one game, that the Lightning is a world-class, community-driven championship team. And since Mr. Vennick took over the team in 2010, these are the items that really don't get a lot of press, but really deserve recognition. Mr. Vennick and his wife, Penny, came to our community, and upon coming here, they bestowed $10 million to the Lightning Foundation, an amazing, extraordinary, generous gift. And through that, over the next 41 regular season home games for the next 5 seasons, they're going to award $50,000 to a community hero at each of their games. And I'll let him talk about that in a moment. But there's something, you know, when you give to the community, especially financially, you see the gift, the physical gift that you give, but you don't always get to see the fruits of that gift that is given. And you don't always recognize and understand the impact that those dollars have in a community. And there's one young man that you're going to meet, and I think Mr. Vennick and Mr. Lewicki in your organization may know him. His name is Jack Allen. Jack Allen actually was 5 years old when he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And it was your organization that came to his side that took him in. And it was due into your part that he is still here in our community today. He is an avid hockey fan, and he's doing well and recovering, and he's currently attending Gorey Elementary School. Unfortunately, Jack could not be here with us in person this morning, but there is a special video tribute that we're going to play in a message that he would like to give to your organization. So at this time, if you would please show the video.
Hey guys, my name is Jack Allen, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but I had school and they wouldn't let me get out to come to the meeting, which I really wanted to, but I was going through some hard times when I was on chemotherapy, and I was 9 years old, but the Lightning were there for me, and they really helped me go through what I was going through. They would invite me to things like the foundation dinner, and they would let me come to the bench, but during the pregame warm-up, and they let me come back into the locker room and meet some of the players. And that really inspired me to be a better hockey player and also move on in my life and just kind of move on through the chemotherapy. I'm playing hockey now, and my team name is the Flyers. I learned a lot of my moves from going to the Lightning games. Steven Stamkos taking the slap shots from the circles, and kind of going in the middle and then curving out and shooting. And those are the moves that I use the most, and those are the ones that I usually score on. And I learned those from the Lightning, which is pretty cool.
So Mr. Lewicki, Mr. Venick, Mr. Lewicki, on behalf of Jack, the Board of County Commissioners, and our entire community, we would like to again thank you for our partnership, and we have a very special award that we would like to present to you all. And I'll come down to the front to present it to you. This is from Team Hillsborough, and we congratulate an inspiring 2010-11 season, and we thank you for your partnership and dedication to the citizens of Hillsborough County. And it's a special hockey puck signed by all 7 members of the Board of County Commissioners. And so once again, we'd like to thank you for your partnership.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for the kind words, and thank you to the entire commission here for this honor. I, speaking on behalf of the whole Lightning organization, are really thrilled to be here and be recognized, and very appreciative. It's been about 2 years since I bought the team, and I will tell you that it's been the most fun 2 years I've had in my life. And it's been fun learning the business of sports, learning the business of hockey. But what has been most enjoyable to me is getting to know people in this Tampa and Tampa Bay community. The level of support we have received from everybody, the feedback, how welcoming this whole community has been to myself and my wife, I could not have imagined 2 years ago. We felt at home since day one, and we're so appreciative of the way the community has accepted us as a family and also has accepted us as an organization. I'm very fortunate here to have the people I do behind me. I got, again, very fortunate to be able to hire Todd Lewicki as CEO and Steve Yzerman as general manager virtually at the same time. That was the day where I started sleeping at night and they didn't. They in addition have brought in great people. People is what it's about in terms of our quest to be world class. And all the employees at the Lightning, hardworking people who have been there for so many years. Todd has inspired them, so has Steve, and hopefully put the structure in place for us to be successful years to come. We had, quickly here, I won't take too much of your time, but we had, in our quest to be world class, we had several different objectives to achieve that mission. We want to, on the ice, be able to compete at the highest level year in and year out and bring back the cup to Tampa Bay as soon as we can. We want, in our building, to have a great environment for our fans, to have great food, to have great customer service, and a building that can be identified with Tampa Bay. Inside the bowl of our arena, which we're very pleased with how the renovations are coming along, it's all about the great sport of hockey, and it's all about the great team, the Lightning. And in the concourse, it's all about this region that we all love down here, Tampa Bay, and the photographs, and I would love to entertain any of you at any time over there to walk you through what we are putting up at this time, the photographs and just the whole feel for the concourse and our outdoor areas really will all make us proud of this region. In terms of community, I feel I'm delighted. I've been in the money management business 25 years, very low profile. This profile down here for my wife and myself has given us a platform to try to make a difference in the community. And us, in combination with the Lightning organization, putting in some great plans. We talked about the Community Heroes program, also volunteering our time. Our players are great volunteering their time. It's really a pleasure for all of us to make a difference in the Tampa Bay community. So once again, on behalf of my colleagues behind me, who I owe so much to, and on behalf of myself, my family, and all the employees of the Lightning, I thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and we're moving down here next summer officially. We've been up in Boston. I've been commuting. Can't wait to get down here full time because this has just been a great place to be. So thank you all.
Thank you. Commissioner Hagan.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Commissioner Beckner for initiating this item. I was very proud and privileged to have gone to the first ever Lightning game and then to have been to the Stanley Cup Finals when we brought home the cup several years ago. So as a sports fan, thank you, Commissioner Beckner, for bringing this organization down here. But I want to personally thank Mr. Vinnick for your commitment to our community, to this team, and most importantly, the fans. I still remember the first day I met you a couple of years ago, and I believe the announcement was made that he was purchasing the team. I don't think it had been approved yet by the league, but this humble man comes in and says, I keep hearing stories that I'm this evil hedge fund manager, and I'm gonna cut spending, cut costs, I'm gonna dump players' salaries, I'm gonna dump players. Well, he told me, he goes, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. I'm gonna invest in the organization, I'm gonna cut ticket prices, I'm gonna bring in the best and most talented management. What you see in front of us here, I believe, is the most talented management organization in all of sports, not just all of hockey, but all of sports. You brought in Mr. Griggs, Ms. Fuller, Mr. Iserman, Mr. Lewicki, best and most talented. You also retained Mr. Wickett, Mr. Pierce, the best that we had in the old organization. But all of your actions, all of your comments have been about being a community partner and doing what's best, not for the organization, but what's best for the fans and the community. When you speak, when you talk to any of these folks, it's all about what's best for the community and being a world-class organization. And that's why you invested in the forum, you cut ticket prices, and you established such a generous, charitable foundation and with the Community Hero program. Last night was a prime example of doing what's best for the fans. Went to the Rays game. I was a little depressed after the season-ending loss. I said, you know, I'm going to go check out this Lightning launch event they're going to have over there. Well, the enthusiasm was contagious. Free event for season ticket holders. How often do you hear about that? Introduce all the players. And not only did they just introduce them, but they interacted with the fans. And they came down, shook hands, signed autographs, took pictures. And that goes so far as establishing and strengthening a brand and loyalty within an organization. And it didn't hurt that it was followed up by a Steve Miller Band concert. You know, so that was good. That was excellent as well. But over the last 9 years, I've had the opportunity to interact and work with at least the last 3 ownership groups and management teams. And I can tell you in a very short amount of time, Mr. Vinnick has established and built a model sports franchise. And we're proud, as Commissioner Beckner said, to be your partner with such a world-class organization. And I look forward to bringing back the cup here next year. Thank you.
Commissioner Sharp.
I just wanted to thank you as well, Mr. Vinnick, and echo the words of Commissioner Hagan. I absolutely agree. I'm born and raised in Tampa, and I've been through many different ownership groups, and there is no question, not wanting to demean what we've done in the past, but you are absolutely head and shoulders ahead of every other organization or ownership group we've had during the past, and it shows on the ice. But it also shows, and as well, and Commissioner Hagan has stated this, I've served on a number of boards, and I'll be at a meeting, and we'll be talking about an idea or a concept, or I'll be meeting with a board member, and I'll go, my gosh, that sounds really incredible. Have you talked to, and they're going, Todd Lewicki. Absolutely. He's like ahead of us. He's already there. He's already met, talked with whether it's the history board, the partnership. He's there with ideas and concepts, and not just throwing up ideas, but saying, here's how we're going to do it. And so I really appreciate this. And Mr. Eiserman, we're thrilled that you're here as well. I love your fierce competitor, on the ice, and you're a fierce competitor as a general manager. And what I hope is that what you all have brought to not just hockey, but to our community, every other organization in Tampa Bay is going to step up. We're a great community. Mr. Lewicki, you spoke and you said sometimes we ourselves look at ourselves and we don't see all that we have and the greatness that we have. But at times I also see how at times I think we've just accepted okay. And we've lived with okay, and okay is not good enough. And so I know that our county administrator, we're going to take what you've done on the ice and try to make it apply here. You got to be all in. The employees have got to be all in and believe 100% in what you're doing. And so you inspire us. Thrilled that you're here. Thank you, Commissioner Beckner, for bringing them here. Go and win, but also continue to work with our community, and we are going to build the very best community. Just thank you very much.
Commissioner Miller, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'll be brief. You've heard all the great things about what you've done on the ice, and I've only been to a couple of hockey games, and a hockey game broke out, no fights. I want to see the fight. But the community aspect of what you've done, you'd be commended for. You came forth on an issue that, for me, and my area, and we made a phone call to you, and you quietly did what you had to do. I'm not going to talk about it, but you did. You know what I'm talking about. You did what you had to do, and that community thanks you for what you did. That was something that, calling a sports organization, you don't always get that help, and you did come through. And I personally, on behalf of those folks that you helped, want to say thank you so very, very much. If it wasn't for you, a lot of them would have been more destitute than what they were. So thank you so very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Beckner. Any other comments? I'll let you get your photos. Okay.